Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome back to Podcastage Deuce, the channel where I do stuff that's very mundane, as well as do stuff that's special for the members of the original main Podcastage channel. Today, I am doing a very quick comparison between the Rode NT1, the Lewitt LCT440 Pure, and the Aston Origin. And first thing we're going to be doing is a spoken word test. I am currently on the Rode NT1. I am 6 inches off of this thing. The gain on the Focusrite 18i20 2nd Gen is set directly at noon, and here's how it's sounding. I'm using the Focusrite because the person who requested this test is thinking about upgrading to the Focusrite 4i4, I believe, and all of Focusrite's stuff in the Scarlett series use the same preamps. You just have a 1 dB difference in the noise floor depending on if you use the 18i20, which has the mains power, which adds an additional dB of noise to it. But this is going to be a good analog for that. This has been the NT1. Now I'm speaking into the Lewitt LCT440 Pure. I should have mentioned this. The NT1 goes for $270 for the recording kit. The LCT440 Pure also goes for $270 for the full recording kit. 6 inches off, gain still at noon, and I will do my best to level match these in post, so check the lower third, or should I say the doobly-doo, because I will put how much I boost each of these different microphones in post down there, but I think this has given you enough time to hear how the LCT440 Pure sounds. 6 inches off, and spoken word. There you go. Let's do the Aston Origin next. And last up for the spoken word test, we have the Aston Origin. I am on the cardioid polar pattern, 6 inches away from this thing, and the gain is still set at 12 o'clock. And here you go. And for all the tests, I will just be using this on the cardioid mode, no high pass filter, no pad. This goes for $300 if I did not mention that. And there you go, Aston Origin versus the Lewitt LCT440 versus the NT1 for spoken words. So you can hear all three of them and see how they work out, how they sound for spoken word. Let's jump to the acoustic guitar test now. Here we go, I've got some stupid words to say. I've got nothing important, so I'll just say have a nice day. Here we go, I've got some stupid words to say. I've got nothing important, so I'll just say have a nice day. Here we go, I've got some stupid words to say. I've got nothing important, so I'll just say have a nice day. Okay, conclusion time or wrap-up time. I should note, this is not a full comparison versus series. This is a quick down and dirty test and demonstration for this member of the Podcastage channel to get an idea of how each of these microphones performs back to back. But as far as my thoughts for spoken word, I prefer a more neutral, maybe it would be considered a bit more boring sound. Because of that, I like the NT1. It's one of my all-time favorite microphones for a reason. Neutral, bit boring, but extremely easy to listen to. If you do want more of a bright sound, the LCT440 may work for you. I believe this is what the Crowder show, Louder with Crowder, uses. I believe they use the LCT440, or maybe it's the 240. And for spoken word, I just don't think you need the multiple polar patterns on the Spirit, so no need to go that route. On the acoustic guitar, I enjoyed the 440 Pure the most. I liked that added air to the sound. It opened it up and made it sound a bit more lively. I really enjoyed that. It is a bit more modern, and I would classify that as the Austrian sound because I associate that kind of sound with stuff like the AKG C12, which is a much more airy sounding microphone. It has a bit of a sheen to it. So if that's what you're looking for on the acoustic, I really liked that. But if you are recording some harsher instruments, that may get to be a little bit grating, so it may not work, and you may benefit from the NT1 or the Aston Spirit. I keep calling it the Origin. The Spirit is almost a mix of the two to my ears. The NT1 is neutral, a little bit more low end, not very top heavy. 440 Pure, much more focused on the top end, the detail, the clarity. Then the Aston Origin is almost a mix of the two of them. But I would still personally probably go for the NT1 on the acoustic, although the Origin does seem to work pretty well there, especially if you're going to want some multiple polar patterns, a figure 8 to play off the dead areas, or an Omni to record the entire room and capture the vibe there. And lastly, for singing, again, I am more of a boring person. I really like the NT1 for that. But if you do want that more Austrian sound, the more modern sound, the hi-fi, really clear and precise sound, then the LCT440 would work. Or if you do want the multiple polar patterns and maybe a mix of the two, then the Aston Spirit would work well for you. But I think those are all of my thoughts. That's my rundown on what I thought of these three microphones. Hopefully that helped you, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up, hated it, thumbs down. Go subscribe to the main Podcastage channel, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.